Oh, ah, yeah. Okay. So, hello, everybody. Hello. Happy New Year again. Saying that to everybody. It's the first meeting in this year. There have been no meetings. There were no meetings in December. So it's new again. This meeting is going nowhere. This meeting is going nowhere. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to learn, nothing to get. It's what it is, and that's already what's going on. It's not for anyone. There is not anyone. There is no one. There's only what's happening. There's no you, there's no me. There's that cup of tea. There can be feelings. It's all energy. It's energy without anyone in it. So that's oneness. There's only oneness. There's only one. All energy like tea or feelings, not for anyone. The only people, or the only ones that can see that it's for me, is people. And people have the ability to abstract. And when there's an ability to abstract, like when they're very young, when we are very young, then that starts, the brain starts to be able to abstract things. And there seems to be like two worlds, looking at the world, looking at what's going on. And it seems also, and that's completely embodied after years, then that it's happening to you, to me. Everything seems to happen to me. Circumstances, feelings, thoughts, all seems to be mine. The body seems to be mine. Circumstances seems to happen to you or me. And then there's this talking, saying, no, there is no one. It's not happening to you. It's a misunderstanding, but it's so embodied. It's so normal to think, or not even to think, but to assume it's like that. It's the truth. It's how it is. And then somebody like me or other people is saying like, oh, there is no one. It's only what's happening. It's life happening in what kind of way. And it's an appearance. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. That's strange because when there's me and the world, everything seems so solid and real and really happening, me and the world and what's going on over there. And then hearing this, like, no, there's only this. There's even no time. When there's me, there's suddenly living in time and space or distance. It's a construct. There's no time. There's no distance. It's crazy. You can't even imagine. And then suddenly on 1 second it can be like, oh yeah, that's how it is. And then it can then that whole energy that can be so strong that we call it me energy. It's not really me energy, but it's talking in the story like there's something going on. There seems to be something wrong. That me is there's something wrong. There seems to be something needed to work it out or to understand, or there's something missing, not good enough. That's the me. That's me. It doesn't have anything to do, this message, with circumstances, how it's behaving, what's going on, what's being said. It has nothing to do with anything. The only thing where we're talking about is that there's no me. So there's nothing right or wrong. It's what it is. That's everything. But it's huge because everything, when there's a story and me and circumstance, is so embodied that there's still something not right yet. There's still, maybe still me is going on, or still this is going on, or not yet completely relaxed, something like that. We are so it's so normal to think that it's about you. Life has nothing to do with you. There is no you. There can be seeing a body, but then that's only a body. And there's no continuation. There's no time. That means there's no continuation. So there's that body that can be seen, or maybe thoughts can be there. Or maybe somebody is saying something and we think like, oh, she's like that, and he is like that, and she's thinking like that. But that's only that thought. And then it's gone and nothing is left. It's new. Everything is new. It's only that. So there's no before, and there's also no after. There's no here or there. There's what is. And it can be anything. It's everything. And that's already what's going on. There can be moving, like walking, or there can be thoughts, tension. It doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. There's nothing what it is not. It can't be. It's everything, of course. So there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to look for, because that's what's going on. Then there can be thoughts like, I don't get this. Then that's the thought, that's what's happening. And we think life is about something like going to that and feeling more comfortable, or all kind of ideas. Life isn't about anything. It's just life. There's no meaning. There's no purpose. That's what we assume and put on top of it. Makes it complicated. It's very simple and ordinary and normal, like sitting or drinking tea or thinking, a smell, the table. It has nothing to do with you or me. There is no you or me. There's no Rose. I was talking about the character. The character is blossoming when all that construct of me and there's something wrong, it's lost. Then the character can blossom. But it's only in the story, because there's no character. There's just this. There's no Rose. There never was a Rose. But we can still go on in the story and talk sometimes about what's going on. It can be confusing, because sometimes it's like talking in the story and then it's completely not in the story anymore. There's no story. So this is not about understanding. There's no need to understand. There's no need to understand. That's amazing, because when there's no need to understand, it's just very simple. There's no one needs to be clever or whatever you need, seems to need, or not yet there or anything. It's what's going on. How the face is looking, how the moving is happening, what tension is there, or energy, or circumstances. It doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. So we can talk about that, and maybe there are questions, maybe you want to say something about this. Oh, there's nothing going on. There's no words. Can also be like that. And when you want to say something, you can unmute yourself. There's no need to raise your hand, because the group is not that big. You can just unmute yourself and start talking, or maybe you want to write it. That can also be like that.
Hi, Rose.
Hello. Hi.
Um, I don't know how to explain, but today is like if anything is real. So it's like a fake,
Mm.
everything. I'm looking around and it's like if, okay, I see the carpet, but it's unreal. I
Yeah.
see it, I can feel
Yeah.
it, but it's unreal. And it's
Yeah.
very funny. But I
Yeah.
don't know if it's,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it
Yeah.
looks like everything is unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's like that. You can there can be a seeing of that, or it's difficult to say. Maybe it's a seeing with the eyes or something else. I don't know. But that's yeah. It's energy. It's not real. No.
I don't feel
No.
energy. I don't know what energy is
No.
really. But
No.
it's like I
Mm.
don't believe it's real.
Mm.
And it's like I don't know. I see it. Okay, but this is not real, and it's very funny. But I
Mm.
see everything. Nothing is changed. But I don't
Yeah.
know why today.
Yeah.
And the difference mm, um, I okay, I don't know the name. Um, it's that all the tension I had with people just fall down.
Mm.
I know that I had a problem with a friend who's not living here,
Mm.
and if I think that everything is unreal, if but I'm thinking like I'm seeing like this, I know I'm living like this, so I just feel very in peace with this person, and I have the lust to, I have the envy to have a telephone call and say hello.
Mm.
Everything is everything
Yeah.
is falling down, all the
Mm.
tension. But I'm surprised. But the effect of this seeing unreal is that
Yeah.
I'm more in love.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just just
Yeah.
what
Life.
happened
Life is
today.
that. Life is that. Yeah. Yeah.
But is it unreal as I live it today? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. It can change. That can be very obvious, and then another day it can be not that obvious, or something real is more obvious. So that can change. That, or
Uh,
it's will be staying like that. Yeah. It's we
okay,
can't say.
because when I look at the people, and at myself, when I was listening to the satsang or a meeting, Zoom meeting, I was always very serious, very
Mm.
serious. Um, yeah, but you cannot be serious if it's not real. You cannot be
No.
serious because
Yeah.
it's
That's
very
it.
funny.
But
I
that's
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, but that's it. It's going. It there's no meaning in anything. It's an appearance. So that where's the meaning? Where it's going, and it's new. There's no like it's solid, and then it seems like it's there, and it's very serious and important, and that falls away. Yeah,
It's very strange. Yeah,
yeah.
not strange, but it's very
No,
funny.
no. And
Yeah,
that when before it looks like, oh, how can that be? And when it's like that, it's very subtle and can be, yeah, yeah. Not serious. No, nothing is serious. Doesn't mean you have to laugh all the time, but it's not serious. No.
no, not laugh at the time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but I
Yeah.
cannot take seriously
Mm,
the the resentment and what's
mm,
the,
mm.
I
Yeah.
had with, for example,
Mm,
just to make an example with that people, I
yeah.
cannot take it seriously
Mm,
because I, yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
strange. Yeah, uh,
Yeah.
yes, just look around if I, yeah, but I um it's not an exercise. It just comes and goes. But yeah, it's very easy to see to as a as an unreal thing. It's very I can
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah, yeah. That you can't even. How can you say that? You can be some words, but it's yeah, It's like that. What you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't
Mm.
care. So you don't care anything.
No, it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter. There can be tension or there can be anything, but so what? Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm. There's a question. When you say that's already like that, it is already like that. I suppose you mean that there is no one, but sometimes you say that when there is no one, this is somehow different than when there was. Could you comment more on this? When what I understand, when there's someone, everything seems real. What she said now, everything is feels real and solid and important because it's about you and it's about circumstances happening to you. Everything is happening to you, so everything becomes very important and serious. And it seems like living in time, so there is before and there is remembering and there is holding on to something because that's important, or there was awful, or all those things go on. When that construct is not coming anymore, it's not arising, that that way of that separation is not arising, then everything is what it is. There can be tension, there can be anything. What's before, you could say before, was also going on, but it there's no need to change anything. There can be feelings, there can be anything what's going on, but there's not taking it home, nothing being busy with that. So that can be a huge difference. And what I mean, but it's already this, is when there's that me is not someone inside or someone. It's as I see it, it's a belief, but it's embodied belief that there's something not right yet. There's something wrong. It should be different. It should be, can I more relaxation, more this or more that, or no me anymore or anything. That me is always busy with there's something missing. It's not right yet. I'm not enough. There's not enough love. There's the world, maybe in the world. There's always being busy with something like that. When that is not there anymore, so that only it's very tiny thing, but in the same time it's huge because when that's not there, then it's suddenly like, oh, but it's what it is. Not saying that to yourself because that's a new way of commenting on what's going on. But that whole awareness or looking at it's not there anymore. So it's just a glass of tea. There's no meaning. There's nothing extra on top of it. That's just what it is. In that sense, there's a difference. But the strange thing is when that's happening, it's happened, or how can you say? It isn't realized, it's different. It's because there's no remembering of before. That's not what's going on. It's in a way it's very difficult to talk about because it's talking in the story about there's something changing, there's no me anymore, something like that. But in the same time, there was already no me, and it's very obvious suddenly, like, oh, but there was already no me, and what? But that whole awareness, that looking at yourself, is not arising any, and then, but yeah, that's also what's happening. And when that's not happening, then there's something else. So it can't be wrong, but that subtle thing that colors everything, like there's something not right yet, or there's still maybe a me, or that's that's the color makes it into something else. When that color, that construct is not there, it's the story is still the same, can be still the same, but there's nothing going on about right and wrong or trying to change it anymore. But it's going by itself. It's not noticed. So there's still what's happening. And that's already the case. When there's something going on, like, oh, I should have done that, then those thoughts are it too. They don't have any meaning. They don't lead to anything, or they are not wrong. They are just thoughts thinking, oh, I should do that, like differently, maybe. That's just a thought. There's nothing right or wrong with those thoughts. It's only thoughts. But when there's attaching meaning and all that, that makes it complicated. But when there's complication, then there's also nothing wrong with that. But when there's living in the story, it doesn't feel like that because you want to get out of it. Yeah. Mm. There's nowhere to go. It's what's happening. It can be any feeling. It can be like, or joy, or cold walking, and it's not, but it's not about you or me. That's so strange. We think, like humans, we think everything is about me and how can I make my life work, or how can I be happy or relax, or all that. Life isn't interested in us. Life is what it is. It's energy, like chairs and streets and bodies and feelings. It's going nowhere. It's just energy, like that. And we try to make a logic and thinking like, oh, it's like that, and this is important, and how should I know? That's the complication. That can be there. It's nothing is wrong. That's complication. Can be suffering. But when there's me and that whole construct, there's always wanting something else, trying to find an understanding, a clarity maybe, or some tools or something else, trying to make it more comfortable, more happy, more relaxed, more know me, or whatever you're thinking it is, more freedom. Has nothing to do with that. The freedom is that it's already what it is. So there's nowhere to go. There's no, when there's saying there's no one, there's no escape. It's what it is. So there can be feelings or pain or I don't know. It's not about wanting. There's no free will. There was already no free will or control. There never was control. There never was free will. That's amazing. That seeing suddenly like, oh my God, I thought I did that and I thought I could change and all that. No, no, it wasn't. You couldn't. It's what's happening. So there's no one choosing. There's no one trying or not trying or something like that. Or not enough or no, it's what it is. Life doesn't see someone. It's energetic, going for no one. It's a difficult one. You're not important. I'm not important. Rose is not. There's no Rose. No, she's not important at all. Well, Well, there's an investment in trying to make something happen and doing some searching and being more relaxed and trying to what was before and now it's going better and all that. There's an investment. And then when they're saying you're not important, there's no one, it can be a threat because it seems very important that's about you. No, there's no Rose. The Rose is, there can be words. Doesn't mean that everything what I'm saying is important. No, nothing is important. Nothing is serious, what she said. It's just words coming. And it's not about the words either. There's some energy underneath. You could say that. I don't know how to say it differently, but when there's these meetings, there's talking about this, and there's something else also going on, like an energetic thing, some energy. It's about something else, what you can't even, can be a sense of it. It's not about right and wrong, not at all. It's about there's no one. It's already this, everything. And that's the joy, because life is joy. Life is joy. It doesn't matter what's going on, it's joy, but it can be very subtle. It doesn't mean it's all the time like, oh, alive, that it's not joy like that. But underneath everything, there in everything, how can you say that? There's joy. It's like it's but it's joy is not feeling good or something like that. Maybe joy is a word that can be misunderstood. But there's a thrill, like, oh, God. And that doesn't mean it's nice. It can be also, oh, God. But it's still, there's something, ah. And when there's trying to find meaning and make it into something, then it seems like solid and real. And when it seems to happen to you and then you don't like it, then the suffering starts and trying to make it different. There's no free will. There's no free will. Hallelujah. There's no free will. Yeah. Because that's awful, free will, in a way. Because we always think, oh, you should do that. Yeah, you can do that. Oh, no, you can't. Wow, that can be a relief because it's just what's going on. So there's nothing wrong with what's going on because otherwise it seems like, yeah, you don't do enough, or you should do that, you should do this. No, you can't. It's what's going on. There's no one doing that. It's what's happening by itself already. That's what's going on. Hmm.
I again,
Hmm.
when you say energetic or what
Yeah.
does it mean that everything appears and disappears, appears and
Yeah,
disappears?
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's what because for me it appears and disappears because the sense or the looking is different every time, but
Yeah.
but does not make
No, it's not the sound. No, 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 no.
ah,
No, sorry. No, that's the way of
because I think
no,
about
expressing it.
energy and I see atoms and I don't know I see I
No, no,
yeah
no, no. You
no
don't.
of
No,
course
I
not
don't see
atoms
atoms.
but
No, no. But it's like we think the chair is solid and it's always there. But there's chairing and tea and the eyes. Yeah, you can say it's about seeing, but it's also the sense. All the senses. If there's a
yeah
smell, there's a sound, there's a feeling, there's something else. There's always something.
us
Just that's what I mean with
changing
there's a
okay
feeling, so it's
okay
not
okay
really
okay
like that, but It's like that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. This thing, I often remember the glimpses of this. If you had somehow, if you had how they affected you, if they did, there can be a remembering of the glimpse, but most of the time the remembering is already different. There can be suddenly like, ah, and then when there's being back in the story or things going on, then there can be a remembering. Well, yeah, can be. But somehow it's not the same. And it can be a longing for to be in that again. Most of the time glimpses are different. They're not exactly the same as what was before. There's no one. And then suddenly you see like, oh, it's what it is. It's so simple and ordinary in a way, it can be. Or not serious, or not real. There's so many different things that there can be a glimpse of anything. There can be suddenly nothing is real, or oh, it's just this, or it can be anything. It's so different. And there can be a change because that seems like light. There can be a searching and going on, and then suddenly that light is coming in, and it's like, oh my God, this. And then maybe there's for a second, and then the whole thing is going on. But still, there can be a remembering, and can be very strong, and can have an effect. But it's so different what it can be. Yeah. When I remember there was a glimpse, then nothing was real. I was walking through the floor or something like that. It couldn't be then. Then it was so free. That was nearly too much. So I did want it to get it back because it was so free. It was a long time ago. There was such a freedom in that. Uh, After, you could say, I couldn't believe that everything was solid anymore. That's no. I forgot some. It was not always being remembered, but in a way there was that wasn't that serious anymore. Sorry, I don't speak English. I wanted to say in the past, if you were affected by the glimpses you may have had. This okay. What? Yeah. I thought already that that was the question, and then when one of the things that affected the most was where I was I was not so busy already with all this, and then I was sitting in the garden, and suddenly there was nobody there. The body wasn't there. That was what I never imagined. That could be not real. I thought maybe circumstances are not real and streets maybe are not real, but the body, I assumed that this person was always there, and it's happening. Maybe no me, but there's something else going on. But that the body wasn't real, that was shocking. Yeah. So then after that, there was that I don't know what the effect was, but there was something else. It wasn't the belief that I'm always there, and there's Roes, and it's about Roes reaching something that couldn't be that serious anymore. So in that way, that there were several glimpses and all that. Every time it was in a complete different way. I never imagined that it would be like that. And then that, yeah, that so that there's I don't know how the effect. I can't so much remember what the effect was, but there was something going on. It was not that strong anymore. Couldn't be like that. Yeah. Do you know Carlos Castaneda? Yeah, I know them. He's saying we either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. What do you think about that? I don't think we do that ourselves. It's what's going on. That's strange because then it seems like you do something, you need to stop with that. I think that energy that's so embodied that feels like I'm making myself. There's something, a lot of thoughts coming in. You're not right, and a lot of remembering, and that energy can be very strong, but it's by itself. There's no one doing that. That's the freedom. That's not that you doing it to yourself, but that's happening by itself. It's energetic. It's so energetic. It's in the body. So it can come and those thoughts can come. And it is miserable, but it's not done by you. That's the freedom, I think. That there's no one doing it. So then you can't do it wrong, or you can't do it less, or all that. There's no free will in that. There seems to be a free will in that. I don't see a free will. The freedom is that there's no one. There's no one doing it. There's no one doing anything. Also, thoughts are not your thoughts. It's energetic. It's so embodied, and then that's going on like that. We assume the thoughts are ours and take them home and all that. But it's not done by someone. It's energetic. So that means that there's no free will, but there's also nothing right or wrong. So there's only innocence. There can be a lot of like that, but it's innocent. Doesn't mean it's nice. That's something else. It can be like that. It's not nice, maybe, but it's innocent. There's no one doing that. Yeah. Innocence is touching. Yeah. Yeah, because there's always something going on. I do something, I should do that more, or should think like this, and you can't. You can't. That's that can be that there seems to be something in it, like free will, because there seems to be a hope that someday you will manage, can do it. You will be able to. You get stronger and all that. But in the same time, it's not yet there. It's always not yet there. So, and this is saying, no, it's that not yet there. That's awful. Of course it's there. Of course, that's what's going on. Doesn't mean it's a nice way of acting, or the behavior can be anything. And it doesn't mean people like you. I don't know. That can be, that can be a reaction and all that. But it's not on purpose, or it's innocent. It's not about being nice, and also not about anything. It's energy going in all kind of ways. Yeah. The bodies are not real. Nothing is real. So there are no individuals walking around. There can be seeing a body there, and then there's only a street. Then that's everything. Then that's what's happening. It's not like there's an evolution or a continuation. There's no continuation. That's amazing, because when there's no continuation, there's only what is. There's no time. That's the freedom. That's the innocence. There's only this, and it's new. There's nothing before. It's new. And it's just like that, maybe like that, or drinking tea, or seeing a table. I don't know. It can be streets, but no individuals. That's a construct. But it's so embodied that I'm here, and there's a kind of behavior, what's important, and the whole story. It's about you and me. There is no you and me. There can be seeing a body, but that's it. That's everything. It's only a body. Nothing more than that. It's exactly what it is. A body, a tree, a feeling. No why, no meaning. That's that's freedom. Doesn't mean it's nice. That's something else. It's not about nice or feeling good. This message has nothing to do with that. It's about it's everything. So there's no escape.
Hello, Rose.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, hi. So about a free will,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's happened sometimes. It's happening. Uh, I'm going to there's thoughts, and it could go on not obsession, but to go around and make a story. But
Yeah.
there's a thought, it's beginning, and suddenly it seems too heavy to continue. It just drop. The building of the ball, of a ball of thinking and uh, around the story. It just stop. It feels too much energy
Mm.
to be to take that to continue. So it's suddenly I drop it and it's dropped
Mm.
the making story. It I'm thinking that I was doing that. It just stopped because I don't have the energy, or there's no energy to continue in the story. It's just
Yeah. But
going.
there's but it's the same. Like it's not you doing it, but there's no energy
Uh,
anymore for the story, so it
no,
drops. You can say
yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's not me that is dropping the stop.
No. No, but that's when it's going and then suddenly no. It's yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
pain. I have there's pain, and I see it. It's in the space. I really see it, that it's not in the body. And since some time thinking about that and making trying to find a solution, and it's too I dropped because it will take enough too much energy. It's like I let
Yeah.
it go. There's
Yeah.
I don't continue. It's not I, but it's just happening that I it's not continuing the
Yeah.
the thinking
Mm.
about that. It's a lot of yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's how it is. But when there's me going on and everything is more seen as important, then the
yeah.
importance seems to drive and that it goes
Yes,
on. But when that importance is fading away, then you
yes,
can't go on. That's I understand. I have
yeah,
that when sometimes in the night there can be suddenly that going, and I'm suddenly like, oh my god, and then it drops. So it's like it's too much,
yes,
but it's not done. It's just going like that. It's just falling
mhm,
away by
yes,
itself. Yeah,
yes. It's
yeah,
falling. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
Yes.
that's
So
it.
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, yeah. Mm.
That's the easiness also. Like it's going like that. Oh wow, yeah, it's too much, and then Just go. And it doesn't mean that you have to say that to yourself or not. It doesn't matter. It's just dropping. Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's dropping.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life
So,
becomes very simple, much more simple.
yes, very, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah. Thank you. Mhm.
Another question. Is there any sense of infinity or nothingness or no, not eternity, but limitless? I know. Is there any sense of or nothing?
Limit.
No,
I
not
don't see.
limit, but
No.
because some
Well,
of
everything it's empty. It's empty. Emptiness. That's. I
emptiness.
feel that. It's more. Everything is empty. Yeah. Can you say it? It's everything is empty. Yeah. And it's not real. Sometimes I have to laugh because it's like, how can we be so busy and also serious? Because what's going on? It's empty. There's no one. The body isn't even real. But then because it's so obvious, but it's not like a knowing or even not like a seeing, but you could say in the story it takes time. There's a lot of beliefs or all that. It's just falling away, and then it's not only that when there's no me, then everything is obvious, but there can be still some beliefs and concepts left, and then because there's nothing sticky anymore, then they drop away and suddenly it's more obvious. Then there's nothing, then everything is empty. So doesn't mean that there's no feelings, but the feelings still there, can be really strong also.
But I ask you that because some of the has dropped the eye, but they don't say anything. But there's a feeling like if they have been they have become infinity. I don't know if there was a sense of infinity much bigger. They even speak about this. Yeah, you are not your body, but you are 10 million bigger than your body. Like if they felt a sense of
Yeah,
infinity.
but
But
but I'm not saying I'm maybe there's a difference because I'm not saying I'm not my body. I'm not saying that because that sounds a bit like there's still someone or something going on. There's nothing. There's just nothing. There's nothing going on. Rose is also nothing. There's nothing important at her or anyone else. It's just that face or a body or that, and that's nothing appearing as that, maybe that face, and then after half an hour, there's no face anymore. So there's no Rose. So there's nothing. Then there's something. It seems like, oh, there's bodies and streets and a face. But there's not a feeling of infinity or something like that. No, I don't have. No.
I don't know if infinity is the right word, but
I know. I can understand what you say. It's more nothing. There's nothing, and it's in the same time. It's everything. That's also the amazing. Like, oh, it's nothing, and it's that. That's so. When I'm saying it, it's like there's nothing, and at the same time, no, it's not even the same time. But how can you say it differently? It's everything. It's seeing like a table, and it's the beauty of that. But it doesn't matter what it is. It can be dirt or anything. How can you say it? So
Mm,
it's yeah, you can't even say it. But
yeah, but it's more like, yeah.
and it's already that has
Mm,
you had there's no need for anything. That's so strange. But when there's me going on, there's always subtly going on like I don't want this. It should be like that. So there's a lot of energy
mm, mm,
going on in that way. So it's in there's the energy. So it's that scene. It's coloring everything. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but it's coloring. It's different. It makes it different. Doesn't matter. I don't care, but it can be a suffering that can be there. But when there's pain, there can be pain or being shouted at or anything can happen. Of course, can be feelings or anything.
mm,
It's still some people are into like there's no anger anymore or all that. No, there's no escape. That's why a lot of people don't want this message because they don't want
mm,
everything. They want something like happiness or freedom. Only freedom. Yeah, there is freedom, but freedom means it's everything.
mm.
So that's different. That's what most people want. It's not about life is not about what you want. No. Life isn't interested in us. That's more the case. That's something else. But that's the freedom. Because when there's always going on something like I want something else, it's a lot of times different at what's going on. That's a big struggle. Yeah.
Is there any sense of sacred, sacred?
No,
Mm,
no, no. It's very simple. It's nothing different as what you have. Or what you feel. It's like
mm.
when they're sitting and you feel your hands, then that's what's happening. There's nothing going on about why or what it is. With that
Yeah,
sense of the hand, that's
mm,
it. Nothing sacred about that. What is there sacred?
yeah,
Then
that,
everything is sacred. You could say that.
yeah, yes,
Then it's okay. Then you could say that. But it makes it into something special, maybe. I don't
yeah.
know. It's just what
I don't
what
know.
I think.
I asked you because when
Yeah,
I had the glimpses, the cold glimpses,
yeah,
yeah, that was normal. Nothing but
yeah,
everything. But
yeah.
I around the people I met, there is a sort of devotion or a sacred
Mm,
attitude.
yeah.
So I just asked
Yeah,
if there
yeah,
was some difference
yeah,
because
yeah,
I couldn't feel any devotion, sacred, yes, but it's not because I don't know,
yeah. I
because
understand what you say.
it's amazing. That's
Yeah,
why. Yeah,
it's
it's
more the
amazing.
wonder, and that's what's here too. It's very normal. It's so normal, but that's also wow. That it's so normal and so close and so already there, and
Mm,
no need to change anything. So normal. And then speaking to other people that are just people don't know anything about non-duality, and then not seeing them as like what I had before, like I was spiritual and thinking like, oh, they're not so aware and always think. And then there's people, and there's a love for everyone. It's just a love. Doesn't mean that you like it or not, but the love is there. There's a love. There's nothing needs to change. So it's very normal. No one is better than something else. Nothing is better than something else. Nothing is better. No one is better. Of course not. It can't be. There's nothing. There's no creator or things like that. No, I don't see that. It's very normal. I don't. I see the same like that, and it's so normal. It's so normal. God. Yeah. I love that it's so normal. I love that because that's a bit also a laugh because people make it into something, and I think, God, it's just a cup of tea, whatever, doesn't matter. So yeah, that it's not serious. It's just very simple. Not making it into something. No. No need to talk about it. Maybe in those meetings, but for the rest, no talking. Not so
Yeah,
much.
there's an enormous mystery anyway. We don't know anything about it, so could be give a sense of what? Yes,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, of course,
Oh,
of
but
course.
yes, yeah, I
There's
don't know.
such a longing for something, but there's subtle. I notice there's a lot of longing also to be special in a way, and there can be suddenly can be taking it into that way. That
Oh,
can
okay.
happen. I see that happen with people. That I'm not special at all. No, of course not.
No, no, anything. Mm.
No.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Mm. No devotion. No. What also is there's no knowing. The knowing is gone. But there's so much going on about knowing. People know better. You should do that because that's better for your health. There's so much going on. You should feel like that, or you should train yourself. There's so much knowing and how to behave and what you can do and all that. And when that knowing is not there, and it's I really don't know, but that's also there's no hold. There's no hold. Just that makes it into you're nothing. There's just nothing, and I'm just what's going on. But there's no knowing. There's nothing to hold on, and to know how you can do it or to be sure or all that. That all that is lost. It's lost. So it's free, but it's also nothing is left. Nothing. Not knowing how to behave or what's better. I don't know. I really don't. The strange thing is, what's always like that, when people say something, there's coming out a response. But that's the same everywhere. So it's not me doing that. There's somebody saying, I'm sleeping a great part of the day for days now. Okay, then that's what's happening. I've been asleep for the last hour. What is that? Hmm. There's somebody else. So everything is happening by chance, random. Yeah, it's random. Yeah, it's energetic. So like atoms, and like it's attracted and not like and attraction. It's like that. It's energetic, and we think because we're seeing it in bodies and all stories that there's a story in it. It's random. Yeah, there's no story. Mm.
Um, what about the story? So it doesn't exist anymore. You never remember it.
Yeah, there can be. There can be. It's just going on, but there's no seriousness in it, so it's forgotten. A lot of things are very quickly forgotten because there's no importance or
Yeah.
meaning. So, but it still goes on, of course. Yeah, it's still maybe they're saying to somebody, "How is your mother?" or I don't know. So just like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is strange because I remember the story,
Sorry.
and the
Sorry.
story was the story of. Did you hear me?
No, there was a crack, so I didn't hear it.
Uh, I don't know if my connection is good, but
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, it's
okay.
good now.
Yeah, yesterday was very much in the story,
Hmm.
and my story is a story of abandon,
Hmm.
and so I was very angry with all my friends which abandoned me, and my parents which abandoned me, and I was abandoning also, and even my daughter was abandoning me yesterday. uh, but it was really, really painful. It was really painful. Even glimpses abandoned me. So I was a really, I felt really, I cried, I screamed, everything. And then suddenly, oops, today,
Yeah.
everything is unreal. So
Hmm.
really,
Yeah.
what about
But
the story?
it can be like that. It's like meing and being. It's just being, and then meing is all the story and all those ideas about beliefs and all those her memories about what was going on and feelings and all that. And then suddenly poof, and then it's just what is. Nothing's real. Yeah.
Yes,
And
there's no.
there can be happening that, and then suddenly the tail, it's like that, something like that, and then it's that whole the story can go on. There can be still stories, but they are not so serious anymore. That's less and less and less. Can't be.
There's no meaning to work on them, on it.
No.
Yesterday I was just okay. I have to work on it. I have to face my mother, the picture of my
Oh, yeah.
mother, talk to her, feel love. Until I feel love for her, I don't manage this problem, and then I have to all these things, and then
Yeah.
suddenly everything is gone because
Yeah. It's endless. When
I'm
there's the
new.
story and there's trying to work on it and to change it, it's endless. There's always the story is always about there's something wrong and there's I should do something about it, and or other people should do something about it or whatever. It's endless. Yeah. When there's nothing is real, how can you do something about it?
Yeah,
It's
there's nothing. Yeah,
impossible. Yeah. Yeah.
strange.
But when there's that belief that it's real and then you believe also that it's possible to do something about it. And then suddenly, oh God, no! But it's completely forgotten, and then suddenly that comes back, and it's completely forgotten that nothing was real because it's really solid, and then poof, oh my God, how could I forget? But yeah, that's how it goes. It can be such a strong energy. And it suddenly goes. Yeah, can be like that. Yeah, it's crazy. There's no, you can't even make a logic story about it. It's just how can you tell? I don't know. There's no why or something like that. No. Yeah.
Yeah, today it's crazy. It
Today
sounds
is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, I can hear that.
It
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Yesterday it was miserable. Today it's very crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, strange. Thank you again.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. Somebody say, sometimes still thinking that the tension and the heaviness is in the body. That's so strong. When that most people are not even questioning it. And here it's its questions, but it doesn't mean it's already immediately done, it's gone. It's so embodied, that idea or belief that everything is happening in the body. You can say that to yourself, no, it's not happening in the body, but next moment there's something going on and it's completely forgotten, of course. It's energetic, so yeah, of course, sometimes there's this thinking it's in the body or it's felt in the body, something like that. Yeah, so convincing. Oh, there's another. So there's no meaning that you were born with these patterns. No, no meaning. There's there's no time. We assume and we believe that there's time. So there was a before and there's an after maybe. When they're saying there's no time, then there's no time, then there's no before. That's crazy because everything is about what was going on. And yesterday you did say that to me, and then now you say this. So how is that going? Or all that going on about continuation. When there's me and that construct is I'm here, I'm inside, and everything is solid and real, then everything becomes important and it's happening to me and I have to deal with that. So that's the suffering, the story of me. And then there's hearing there's no time. That's completely out of the story, because in the story you can't say that. That's impossible. Then there's always time and tomorrow and yesterday, and I have pictures and all that. So you can't even discuss that or so. And then, but there's hearing, there's no time. And then, oh, there's no before. There's no before. There's only this. There's only this. That's so it's shaking that belief, you could say, or those concepts about time. I don't know what's happening then. Most people thinking, oh, you're crazy, so they walk away. And some people stay and say, oh, there's something in it. There's something in it. And it's like, oh my God, yeah. It's not that sure. Maybe it's not no time, but I'm not sure. So so there's a shaking. That's what's happening, can also happening in these meetings, that the concepts we're so convinced and seem so normal and not even questioned, and suddenly they're not that normal. They're questioned and seen like not real. And whoa. So the whole building, me as a, you could see, you're like me as a whole building with all concepts and belief, and they're making holes in it. Something like that. Where are the parents? It's a construct. There's only what is seen, what's felt, what is heard, all that. This is everything. Where's the outside? We assume there's an outside. I don't see out. What is outside? You're seeing this, and that's everything. But we can abstract, so we assume there's still something outside and a world and all that. There's no world. Where's the world? It's a concept. Wow. It's very simple. It's very simple and ordinary, sitting and not seeing any meaning or purpose. No, just what it is. A table, yeah, a street. Oh, now I see what you mean. There's no meaning that you were born with. Oh, that's what you mean. There's a meaning in it that you were born with these parents and not with other parents. Yeah, that can be in the story. They can be busy with that. It's endless. Trying to find out why. It's a lot of ideas and going out, and a lot of being busy with all those ideas, which we never will be sure. Trying to know and understand. Yeah. But that's this. That's everything. It's like little children. It's just moving around for no reason. Yeah. When there's no time, there's also nothing is born and nothing is dying. There's no one. There's no Rose, as let's say about here. There's no Rose. The Rose. There's nothing is born. There's only that face and this. That's everything. That picture. That's everything. That's what's happening. There's no life of Rose. We can talk about in the story, and it's just a story. Can be well. It's nothing. It's empty. It's this. A hand like that. For no reason, just like that. Can be a hand of walking, can be circumstances. It's not happening to you. There's sitting behind a computer, and that's what's happening. It's very simple, very ordinary, and very normal. Nothing special. We're not talking about something special. And there's nothing about a story. There's no one. So there's also no story. There can be a story, but there's no meaning in the story. It's empty. There's nothing is real. Nothing is real. It's an apparent happening. It's energy seen like tea and computers for no reason. It's what it is. It's very ordinary, simple, and it's already even thoughts that you think like, oh, but there's still so many thoughts about what's going on and I feel this and all that. Then those thoughts are happening. It's thoughting. There's no meaning in the thoughts. There can be thinking, yeah, but there is a meaning. Then there's another thought thinking, then there's meaning. Yeah, can be. So there's a lot of, it's everything. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. But here we're talking about there's no escape. And what that whole construct is always busy with trying to make it right. It can't be this. It can't not be this. This is that it should be more like this or less like that or maybe that or maybe, oh, why is that? And all that on top of that. The whole story making. It's this. It's also story making, of course. Doesn't matter. It's everything. And when there's closing the computer, then that's what's happening. There's nowhere to go. It's already what's happening. Everything. Thank you. And I just forgot that there's also meetings going on in the story, of course. And I have some meetings there's a meeting in Brussels in very soon in 27, 28 January. But there will always also be a meeting in New York in April. It's on my website. There will be a residential also in the south of Germany in June. So you're very welcome on the residential. Then we can talk a bit longer. And it's so nice to be in live meetings. There's also a residential in Vietnam. That will be great too. So you can come there and we can meet. We can talk longer. There can be also personal meetings if you want that. So that would be great to meet you also in person. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Rose.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Oh, bye. Opname stoppen hoor.